Okay, in this third example on graphic cubic functions, we're going to deal with one that's a little bit more complicated. We have f of x equals x cubed plus 2x squared minus 3x. Now we have 1, 2, 3 terms here. We could also have a fourth term, a constant term. So what we've got to make sure is that we leave enough room for these when we create our table. So we're going to create our table, values of x, and we're going to go on x cubed for the first term, leave plenty space, then plus 2x squared for the second term, again leave plenty space, minus 3x, space again for this, and then we're going to have our y. And after that we can put a column of points, okay, which is just going to be a summary. Okay, what we've done in the past, we've gone with x is from minus 3 to 3, so minus 3, minus 2, sorry, can't count anymore, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. And we can leave a spare row down there just in case. So minus 3 cubed. What we're going to do, we're going to cube all of these numbers, and remember, put them into parentheses. Minus 2 cubed, minus 1 cubed, 0 cubed, 1 cubed, 2 cubed, 3 cubed. That's going to be minus 27, minus 18, minus 1, minus 2 cubed is minus 8, I beg your pardon. Minus 8, minus 1, 0, 1, 8, and 27. Okay, 2x squared. We'll just put a line under this to indicate that this is the title line. Plus 2x squared, so plus 2 times minus 3 squared, plus 2 times minus 2 squared, plus 2 times minus 1 squared, and you get the picture. Plus 2 times the value of x squared the whole way down. Okay, let's work all of these out. Square first, then multiply by 2. So negative 3 squared is plus 9, by plus 2 is plus 18. Negative 2 squared is 4. 4 times plus 2 is plus 8. Negative 1 squared is 1. 1 times 2 is plus 2. 0 squared is 0. Times anything is just 0. 1 squared is 1. Times 2 is 2. 2 squared is 4. Times 2 is plus 8. And 3 squared is 6. Times 2 is plus 12. Now minus 3x, that's minus 3 by whatever your x was, so minus 3, minus 2, minus 3 times 2, and minus 3 times 3. Okay, so if we work out each of those, it's going to be minus by minus is plus 9, minus by minus is plus 6, plus 3, 0, minus 3 by 1 is minus 3, minus 6, and minus 9. Okay, now to figure out our y's, we take the 3 middle columns and we add everything together. So negative 27 and plus 18 plus 9 is plus 27, so negative 27 plus 27 is 0. The 2 column, negative 8 plus 8 is 0, plus 6 is 6. This column, 2 and 3 is 5, 5 take away 1 is 4. Here's just zeros. 1, 2, 3, take away 3 is 0. 8 and 8 is 16, take away 6 is 10, and 27, and 12 take away 3 is, 12 take away 9 is 3, so 3 plus 27 is 30. So the points that we have right now, I'll just make it a little bit smaller so we can fit everything in. Negative 3, 0, negative 2, 6, negative 1, 4, 0, 0, 0, 0 again, 2, 10, and 3, 30. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to graph that. We're going to bring in a graph and graph those points and see if we can finish there or if there's more work still to be done. So if we go here, and we'll copy and paste this grid that I've prepared already. We'll bring it in, and let's put it here. Okay, so just give ourselves a little bit more space here. Okay, so the points, negative 3, 0. Negative 3, 0 is there. Negative 2, 6. Over into negative 2, there's 5, so 6 is just a little bit above it. Negative 1, 4. Over to negative 1, 4, which is just a little bit below 5. 0, 0 is here. 1, 0 is, so it should be 1, 0. Beg your pardon. This one. 1, 0. This was 2, 10, and that's 330. So 1, 0 is there. 2, 10. Over to 2, up to 10, and then 330, which is going to be off the map, but it's going to be up here somewhere. Okay, so you can kind of guess where that's going to be. Okay, now if you didn't know the shape of that graph, there are a couple of things that you might want to check out. In other words, what is it doing here? Okay, what is it doing here? Is it going to do something similar to what it does there, go flat? Or what's it going to do? Also, we need to check out whether in fact it does go flat here, or what else happens between 0 and 1. Okay, so let's look up, try and get another point out here. Okay, where x is negative 4. So let's do one with x being equal to negative 4. Okay, and we'll come back to the graph in a second. So, follow the table. So this would be negative 4 cubed. Now 4 by 4 by 4 is 64, and there's a minus involved, so it's minus 64. 2 times negative 4 squared. Well, negative 4 squared is positive 16 by 2 is positive 32. And minus 3 times minus 4 would be plus 12. So we have 32 from 64 is 32. 12 away from 32. 12 away from 32 is 20. In this case, that would be minus 20. Okay, so if you add these three numbers together, you get minus 20. So we've got minus 4, minus 20. Okay, and then we also said, so minus 4, minus 20, we can put that on. Okay, it's there. And then something in between 0 and 1. Okay, when our x is in between 0 and 1. So let's make our x 0.5 or 1/2. I find it easier to deal with fractions here. You may prefer to deal with decimals. I'm not quite sure. So it'll be, the first one is square it. So 1/2 cubed is 1 cubed, which is 1, over 2 cubed, which is 8. This time 2 times 1/2 squared. Okay, well 1/2 squared is 1/4. 2 times 1/4 is 2/4 or 1/2. Okay, and this is plus 1/2, so we have plus 1/8 plus 1/2. And here we have minus 3 times 1/2, which is minus 1/2. Okay, now if we add these three, 1/8 plus 1/2, that's 1/8 plus 4/8, that's 5/8. And minus 1/2 is minus 12 over 8. So 5 over 8 minus 12 over 8 is minus 7 over 8, which is almost minus 1. So something close to minus 1. Okay, so this would be 0.5 and then some close to negative 1. Okay, not a very scientific way, but it's going to be enough to help us here. So go over to 0.5 and come down to negative 1. Just negative 1, just because of the scale here, is just going to be under the x-axis. Okay, and the best we can do with that is estimate it. Okay, and then if we draw that graph, it's going to be something along these lines. Okay. Now, it's not going to be perfect, but what I want you to do is, after you've seen this and after you've gone through this video, go to your calculator type in y1 equals x cubed plus 2x squared minus 3x and compare what you get in the calculator to what you get here. And it's going to be very similar. Okay, thanks for watching. We just do the best we can with these. We're not going to get them exactly right, but we do the best we can. Okay, thanks again.